Well, hello. Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Market Vitals. It's our daily show talking tradable assets in the matrix. I'm a master endo technician, firmly in the matrix. Listen, we're in a digital world, so you got to get your matrix. I need some matrix sunglasses, right, to deal in this digisphere. Anyway, it's Thursday, June 6th, 2019. Let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about what I'm seeing in various asset classes. And for me, the U.S. stock market, S&Ps, which we trade, all eyes tomorrow on non-farm payrolls coming out tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And the average estimate is for it to be up 185,000. Last month, up 263,000 payroll jobs. The ADP report from yesterday suggesting that we might not hit that. But the market surely shrugging off any idea that there's weakness coming forth. And the thing that amazes me, and I'll go through this here in the vitals, is how many other markets are leaning more towards a recession, and the stock market here, especially in the last 3 days, completely shrugging this off. And I don't know who's right here, the other 5 markets that I'll talk about, or the SPOOs. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm seeing that for sure as what's coming down the pipeline tomorrow morning. Should be very interesting trade tomorrow around that information. The other thing that I noticed here, hold on. Nope, wrong one. There we go. In the crypto sphere, and that is an announcement out of Binance. And if you're not familiar with the crypto sphere or trading crypto assets, Binance is the world, one of the world leaders in volume in exchange traded cryptocurrencies, and they've done a lot of things right as far as I'm concerned. And right now, they're going to issue a new stable coin. And the headline is it a serious threat to Tether's dominance? Because the U.S. dollar Tether being a fiat based, it's actually not, it's a stable coin, meaning it is a crypto coin, but it's based on the U.S. dollar and by far has the most volume traded against it. And I've talked about it for a long time and its use for getting out of crypto risk and converting to the U.S. dollar Tether in order to reduce risk from especially a cratering or falling crypto market. The interesting thing here is that nobody's sure what that stable coin is going to be, and they are leaning towards the fact that it's going to be either based on yen or euro as the fiat-backed or based currency. And I hope it does. I got to tell you, I really hope it does, because that opens up a lot more, for that stable coin. It opens up further diversification possibilities. For instance, if you're holding Bitcoin and you want to come out of it versus the dollar, but maybe the dollar doesn't look so good versus the yen, so you are going to park your holdings in that yen stable coin when the chart says so. All right, and believe me, all these things get very complicated on the crosses, and that's a beautiful thing in trading when you have multiple different places for your trade ideas to work out and work through. Anyway, that's I am a big fan of the Binance coin, BNB, and I'm a big fan of the exchange, and I am looking for a long-term success story out of this. And they have done very little wrong other than getting hacked for $150 million or something crazy. But as far as the exchange, the price discovery, the volume, they've done a lot of things right at the Binance exchange. All right, listen, let's take the vitals. Taking the Vitals, my chance to talk about actual price discovery. What is actually being traded? I'm a big believer that the value is that last price. And here's what I'm talking about. This is a Market Vitals sheet. And although the decimal is off in the natural gas there, it should be 238.60 to 239.80 is the value range. Anyway, what I'm looking at is the momentum level, all right? And natural gas in lower momentum. Crude oil in lower momentum. RBOB in lower momentum. Gold in up momentum. Silver in up momentum. I don't have the copper price in front of me. The bonds, incredibly strong here over the past several, although there has been a pullback here. When you look at the bond chart, it's head and shoulders above, no pun intended, where we were, coming out of 09, 08, 09. So there's so many things here pointing towards a recession or weaker economic activity, and yet the SPOOs look like they want to go trade their up momentum level at 28.49. I am currently short SPOOs, and I'm currently taking it on the chin. And so who's going to be right at the end of the day? Who's right? And I really think that tomorrow's non-farm payrolls should shed some more light on this because of the slope here of these standard deviation lines. I am short, and I will definitely be out if we get a close in up momentum on the daily above that 49.26 level. And I got to tell you, I'm a little confused because the other five markets are showing recession possible, a lot of money going towards protection. Yet the S&Ps have rallied 100 handles here, currently trading 28.34, near their highs, and all seems well in the S&P land. Let's move on to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin right now trading 77.04. Now, as I've said here, and I'm flat Bitcoin, by the way. I'm looking for two things. One, much lower pricing here, and much lower. I'm like in the $6,800 area off another time fractal. But for me now, 3-4 days in a row in low momentum, the momentum line's fully rolling. And we're getting expanding potentiality to the downside on those collar levels. And this thing really has to recapture, and trade out of lower momentum for me to want to jump back in. And for me, this is pretty easy for me to be on the sidelines and or short until we can climb back out of lower momentum on the daily. It's one of those rules, It's one of those rules that has kept me solvent for many, many years. Have an opinion, but when something is trading in the opposite momentum level of your opinion, maybe you should just move to the sidelines until that it seems like that's the least hurdle that you need to get over in order for you to start participating in the direction that your fundamentals think it should be. And remember, the market can stay disconnected from the true fundamentals or value a lot longer than you can stay solvent, especially if you are trading with leverage. So please keep that in mind. That's why I will say every day, mind the mo. All right, so for me, Bitcoin needs to get back out of lower momentum for me to want to jump back in on a daily basis. And remember, this weekly mo, and as we move to Saturday and Sunday and end the week, weekly momentum, 77.76. So currently out of up momentum on the weekly. Monthly momentum, 74.99. We've made that low at 75.01. But who knows if we can trade back into that. Hold on. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing in Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing in the S&Ps. And please, thank you so much for watching. Please share and like and or dislike. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. If you got any questions, please reach out. I am more than willing and able to give you my technical viewpoint along with my fundamental opinion. But believe me, fundamental opinions, there's an old adage about those type of things. So I would much rather impart upon you a question based on my technical opinion, because I think it has a lot more value than anything I might think fundamentally about anything. All right, listen, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday, for a weekend edition of Market Vitals. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Be disciplined, trade disciplined, and mind the mo. Thank you.